Total accident. Anyway. Oh, hello, my name's Iona.
Hi, I'm Sharon, and she's Frankie.
Oh, she's Frankie. I always forget that bit.
That's because you're Frankie.
Yeah. That's about right too.
Well, we finally cracked it. Welcome to our video. This is our little channel where we talk.
That makes you crazy. You can't even find your lipsticks half the time.
Welcome to our channel where
sorry.
we talk about our sewing projects and challenges. We try to get through a sentence. We talk about our projects and challenges that we set for each other. It started out as being sewing related, and now it's kind of moved into sewing and food. And
I thought you were going to say it started out as being fun, and now it's a whole competition.
Life's a competition. So, a bit of background.
You're such a middle child.
We're actually sisters. We just hang out on Thursdays. We have dinner. The dinner has turned into a bit of a competition. So we talk about the dinner challenges that we set the previous week. We talk about sewing, and then we set another challenge. So this is what we're doing. The purpose of this video is primarily, I think, for a record of who said what and when, because otherwise we have wine.
We have wine.
Don't remember.
Oh.
Or don't listen.
Well, I was going to say otherwise we forget, which is marginally more efficient, and we don't remember. Sorry.
This is why we record it. It's going on in your video.
Oh God.
So,
somebody stuck too much chocolate during the cooking process. That would be me.
So in last week's video, we drew some dinner challenges.
Yep.
We have a third playing along. So my friend Jack
Silent
plays.
partner. Your friend? Yeah.
So
My son.
my nephew. I was going to call him.
But they gang up on me.
Indeed. So last week he drew starter and an animal print theme,
That's
which
right.
is quite clearly from a fashion challenge, but he had
Yes.
that for the starter. So he provided for us animal themed food, in the form of like the iced animal biscuits.
Yes.
Are they tiny teddies?
Tiny teddies, some Japanese. I think the pandas were Japanese. No, the koalas were Japanese.
And the
I told
pandas.
you they'd be Japanese because they love anything cute and emblematic. And they love pandas.
So we had those as a little
From
snack
Thailand.
for a starter. For May.
His biggest stress is that, you know, I have some sort of OCD type pedantic
You do?
traits. I can see what I struggle to get my head around sweets for a starter.
I think that was part of it because you were quite firm on that last week that chocolate is not for a starter.
Yeah,
so
but
we
that's
had
always, but,
chocolate for a starter.
yeah, because that's what you could find. You thought you could buy a loaf of tiger bread, but
it was good, and it was kind of reminiscent of childhood, like the iced animal biscuits. Although they don't have pink ones anymore, which I found. Yeah.
they're very different.
Well, you've got a whole box of them because we didn't eat. I mean, I ate quite a few, but
Oh
not.
God, I've got a house full of sugar again.
So for Maine, I drew
Sorry.
Marge Nielsen, Marge Nielsen was a character in Shortland Street
Shortland Street.
back in the 90s, I think.
1992 the show started.
So
We're up to the 1994 season now, and she's still there.
So I cooked via Uber Eats because that's what I do, from a pub called the
Old Bailey.
The Old Bailey. So we had a beef chicken and cheese pie with mashed potatoes and greens, which was, I mean, I enjoyed it, but I might have been the only one that enjoyed it.
No, we enjoyed it.
So yeah.
I enjoyed it. I just couldn't eat it all, but that's because, well, we'll get to that.
So for dessert,
Oh yeah, dessert. I had, what was my theme again? Make a glamorous evening outfit inspired by the supermarket. But because it's Jack's birthday at dinner, I needed to incorporate his favourite. So his favourite is a chocolate brownie with ice cream and M&Ms. So, so I made this. You took a photo, right?
Yeah.
Extravaganza. But during the cooking process, I did sneak some of the chocolate, and I did sneak some of the M&Ms, and I did taste test the brownie batter because that particular recipe is really rich and lovely, but it's very, very black when you make it.
it was quite a rich brownie, but it was nice.
I don't think we needed cream as well, but bless you, it went with I think I was trying to make the essence of a Vivienne Westwood garment, and I had these crinolines of chocolate over bowls, but when they make those things online, they seldom use just your Whittaker's chocolate, which is designed to melt in your mouth, and it's a beautiful chocolate. They use chocolate that has a lower butter quantity, I suppose, but it didn't. So they collapsed. They didn't.
That was still very tasty, but quite sweet.
Very rich and sweet.
So that's what we had for dinner. I would say it's a success. I don't know that there's a clear winner this week. I
think the dessert deserves.
Okay.
There were a lot of elements, and I got most of them right. The cream came out of a can.
We are declaring the dessert the winner, though. There's a lot in that. So, sewing wise, this week, we've had a bit of a win, and that you finished Jack's birthday present.
I did.
Which he forgot to show me.
Oh,
but that's okay. We'll put some videos in here, and we'll make him show me it one day.
Yeah, I sent you a photo, but
yeah,
probably not a very good photo. Yeah, I made that in a day because I laid it all out to begin with, and I went, I don't have enough fabric to fit the thing, and then I was lying in bed at like 2 in the morning stressing over the bloody thing, and then I thought, actually that fabric doesn't have, because it's a leather vinyl thing, pleather, it doesn't have a grain, and so I could fold it the other way, and sure enough, then I managed to fit the pieces in, and I had leftovers, but I'm such a so clever me. I went, I don't want to make too much of a mess of the house. I want to I'll clean up as I go, sort of thing. So in my infinite wisdom, I didn't vacuum, which is between projects, which I normally would do religiously, but this time I didn't, and so all of the lining on that jacket has little bits of pink in it, but you can't see because it's hidden. It's on the other side of the actual fabric. But then I put the scraps into the bin immediately, and then realised that I'd made a mistake and I needed another piece, and it's right at the bottom of the rubbish. So I was like, oh no, I can't do that. So there's a piece of the collar band on the inside that's actually made out of that lining, which I think is a little bit of a blessing because that fabric is quite unforgiving, and so to have something a little bit lighter,
a little bit softer
on the back of the neck is nice. But and I put the pockets in, drafted them myself because the pattern didn't have them, and I found just the right buttons. So, and I did it all in a day. I finished at midnight, but
is it midnight on Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Monday. Monday. I started
the birthday
it
that was on Monday.
Yeah. And
I can't live like that. There's okay.
Well done. Stitching was really nicely done, and I did have a bit of a nap on Monday. So.
So sewing wise this week, I haven't really done a lot. I cut out 3 jackets at the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, so they're all cut out and interfaced and ready to go. But I seem to have a blocker when it comes to actually threading the sewing machine. I don't know. It might be a weekend job. It'll be a weekend job. I'll do some at the weekend. It's fine.
I often lose like 4 hours of sewing time because I have to rethread the overlocker.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the overlocker as well. And at some point I was pondering whether I should just, because the jacket I'm making out of the grey stuff is unlined, I thought, should I just bias bind all the seams rather than changing the thread on the overlocker? Just change the thread on the overlocker.
It takes less than 5 minutes for me to do. I've never had a huge problem doing it.
It takes far longer to ponder it.
Yeah.
But, let's work out what we're doing for dinner on next Thursday.
Okay.
And then, okay. And then we need to work out what we're doing on Saturday, but not. Okay, well, I got dessert because you got starter.
Yes.
Okay. Dessert?
I first read smarter and took it as an affront that's because it's your handwriting. At least it doesn't accidentally say die like Jack's dinner did.
It said pie. It's fine. It was written in a different. Oh, sorry. Oh, I can't actually do this.
Why?
It's Jack's choice.
Oh, okay. What is it going to mean when we have a fashion challenge?
I don't know.
Oh, I do. He's going to choose a pattern.
Oh, but he doesn't have my patterns. I've got photos on one anyway. Okay. So, for dessert, this has a...
Oh no!
Jimmy Buffett?
Yes! Yes! Oh, Jimmy Buffett starter. Oh no.
The Sheepdogs Canadian band.
Okay, you're gonna have to YouTube them because I've forgotten why I like them.
Okay, so for dessert, I do the Sheepdogs Canadian band.
The
Which is mildly better than Jack's choice.
The sheepdogs. I wonder why I like them. Oh,
Well, before we get into what Sheepdogs the Canadian band actually is, we'll wind it up.
yes, you got a dessert. You could just do whipped cream. Oh no, wait, that's the sheep, not the sheepdog. Sorry.
Yeah, we better wind this up now. We'll be back next week with
Tups
how we
keeps
solve
on
these dinner
flying.
issues
Fiddle
and
fiddle,
sewing
sharp as a line.
projects. Okay. Wave goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.